Our political analyst, Ed Shermanek, is here live with us in studio. We were touching on it a second ago. So right now there's a big controversy. Let's talk clerk of courts. These letters were sent out from the AG to several New Orleans city leaders. What is your take on that? And do you think it could have any potential impact on this election?
Well, we start off with the state legislature passing a bill and the governor signing it into law, eliminating the criminal clerk of court position here in Orleans Parish. That was the office that Calvin Duncan had won with 68% of the vote. And what they did is they transferred the responsibilities from the criminal clerk of court to the civil district court clerk, Chelsea Napoleon. And one of her responsibilities, of course, then is to make sure that the voting machines are properly located throughout the polling locations throughout the city. All right, and so there's this intense tug of war between the parish and the state. The city, or the parish leaders here, including the mayor, city council, believe that the state created a new position. And so they went ahead and assigned an interim clerk for that new position. The state's position is that, no, it's not a new position. They consolidated these two offices. They transferred the responsibilities. And so what we have are two different interpretations of this law. And it's gotten very, very touchy. The AG basically is almost threatening our political leaders here in Orleans with forfeiture because she believes that they have violated what's known as the usurper law, that they've usurped the authority of Chelsea Napoleon as civil district court clerk.
Long story short, yes or no, do you think it's going to have an impact?
No, she said that she was going to be able to get the voting machines, to where they needed to be. So she brought in some help to basically manage that process. So it does touch on the election process tangentially, but it's not really going to affect, it's not going to create any kind of disruptions or anything like that.
Real quick, maps, if we're going to touch on it just very briefly, and we'll get back to it, just what do people need to know about the maps? It's a big talker. I know we're running tight on time.
We're basically looking at maps that are reducing the number of minority-majority districts, meaning that one of our black representatives is going to lose their district. And this is not just going to be happening here in the state, it's going to be happening throughout the country. And so the House right now is looking at a map that has eliminated the minority-majority district that Cleo Fields represented and has kept the one that Troy Carter represents here. It's based in Orleans. So we'll have to wait and see what the House does. Now, the White House is putting pressure on states to maximize the number of Republican districts. And so there's no telling, maybe the House decides, well, okay, we're going to follow the White House's wishes and just create 6 Republican districts and eliminate both minority-majority districts. We have to wait and see. But there's this effort to maximize the number of Republican districts as a result of this ruling that came out of Louisiana, because Republicans face a very difficult midterm political environment.
All right. Well, Ed, we're going to have much more on that and the impact coming up in just a bit.